Hello everyone, this is Formula 125. If you like Formula 1, please subscribe. We're going through the My Team career mode here, where you're over a team. We're also doing driver career and breaking point. If you're interested in that, you can check that out on the channel as well. So let's go here and look at these different things as far as what's going on. So I already kind of plugged in one item in here, or a couple maybe items. I'm not sure what yeah, so I went ahead and done the worldwide franchise tour. That gets us $5,000 every day at this time, but it costs us $25,000. Fan rating goes up. And then also I looked at doing department onboarding. So this should increase morale in each of the 4 departments that we have. Alright, so that takes care of this category. So that is done. So it's owner activities. Now we gotta, so that was for me as the owner. And then you can see at the very bottom it has the Grand Prix weekend coming up. So the next thing is we need to decide what we're going to do as far as dedicate our time from an engineering standpoint. What engineering activities are we going to do? So let's look at what our options are here. So I did those owner things kind of off camera. Because I was kind of forced to before I could even save anything earlier, so that's why I didn't show you all that. But let's go ahead and I'll show you all what we can do here. So some of these things last several days, and make really big differences. So you have a 5-day of just receiving 100 resource points. Right now I think we have 550. If we go back to the main menu, I'll just show you. Yeah, at the top right is 560. Okay. So you would add 100 to that, cost 15,000. Here you would decrease your time with chassis upgrades and increase the morale. So let's look and see. We have from the 20th to the, so that's what, 9 days plus. So we have 21 days to work here with, right? Okay. So let's take a look here. What do we want to focus on? I know we're going to focus a little bit on durability as far as those upgrades in the beginning, because we got to have cars that finish races first. So let's do that. Let's add that there. That's going to cost us $15,000. So that's going to get us to the 27th. So that takes 8 of our 21 days. So it leaves us with 13 days to work with. So we can only do one more 8-day or a 5-day thing. So let's I guess move powertrain, and then for our last one, let's do this as a 5-day thing. Okay. So the next up is personnel. The personnel activities have to be assigned. So again, you got 21 days to work with. First 3 weeks of the preseason here for the first Grand Prix. Some of these cost quite a bit here. That one, it's interesting. You get fan rating, but you go down. So, alright, so we got how many days with 21? So if I did the first 3, that would only be 18 days, and then we couldn't fit the last. Don't know if we really want to decrease their focus and increase our fan rating. I don't think that's really worth it. But I'm okay with being out some money to help some other things. So let's go ahead, I guess, and this includes or helps focus and perception. Interesting. So I guess let's do this one first, and then assume we can do that, and then we can do this. Okay, so we left 3 days blank there of nothing there. So this one will cost us $60,000, okay? And this one is going to cost us $30,000, and this one's going to cost us $25,000. So the money's racking up. All right, this is no children's money that we're playing with here. All right, so now corporate wise, we got to plan these activities. So there's 5 things here to select from. Remember, we have 21 days, and we have 22 days of stuff to choose from. So it looks like we will not be choosing everything. All right. So this one doesn't cost anything. Looks like we get paid $25,000 here for doing the accounting push. So what it does is it requests the account departments to conduct focus audits in areas of the business that are currently running at a loss to shore up cash reserves ahead of the season. Okay, so I think that one makes the most sense to start with. So then that one took up all but 15 days, I think. So let's take a look here as far as, let's do this one. That one doesn't cost as much as 10 grand. And again, I guess you could leave some of these blank if you don't want to do it, but fortunately we've been blessed with having enough money to start with. Alright, so if I go with these two, I won't go with that one. Okay. Alright, so let's go back there. I think that left 5 days, and you would need 6 to do the 20 grand cost. Alright, this one here. Yeah, not enough free time. Alright, so now we've got all of our activities filled up for all 4 areas: the corporate, personnel, engineering, and owner. Alright, so let's go to our next menu here. This is our fan rating. So let's take a look and see what's going on inside here. Looks like we have a message. We have 3 messages. Hi Multi, you should be set up on the various systems you'll need to manage the team to glory and to keep track of our progress. So make sure you check back here from time to time to keep up to date. Messages, well, you're already looking at this, so you should know to come here to view all the important correspondence. Owner training, make sure to visit here when you have training points to spend to further improve your management expertise. Okay. Performance, view all the details about your team's prestige in the sport. Okay. Results, remind yourself how the team has done during the race weekends past and present. Oh, and one final thing, don't forget to reset the default password from Pro 2025 IT. So it's just like you're just a joint organization. This is kind of cool that it's got that much of a humor inside of it. Alright, so let's see what other messages we have here. We have one from from Mathis Hartman. Hey Multi, the factory is online and I'm here to assist in any way I can. Speaking of, our car development is an area upon which we will need to see significant focus over the coming months. We're at a disadvantage compared to a lot of the grid, and if we don't start delivering results in R&D, then that gap is only going to widen. Yeah, that's true. So we need to develop our R&D. And then this is facilities. So this one's critical for car development. This one's just a welcome. This one's facility status basic. Hey Melty, great to finally get to business and start working with the team at hand. Looking at our current setup, our current facilities are not enough to have gotten us where we are, but are decidedly bare bone when compared to those of our competitors. Well, we're just starting out. We're going to need to prioritize the work of upgrading these facilities if we're going to keep pace with the rest of the grid. Andrew. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. That's that weird guy. And then we got Anissa. This is a team status, high cash investment. Hey, Melty, I wanted to put down for the record, I'm really looking forward to working with your team as we look to ensure the healthy finances of our team. On that topic, as discussed previously, it's great that we have had a high level of additional investment along our initial sponsor cash. That money doesn't do us much good sitting in our accounts, so we would look to start pushing hard on car development and facility improvements in order to make good on our long-term ambitions. Anissa. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, this is all good messages in our email here. Let's take a look what's in owner training. Okay. So I don't have enough training points. I have 0 training points right now. From engineering, okay, so you can do training of engineering, personnel, and corporate. Alright, so these take X amount of days, and looks like this one, solid engineering background lets you predict the needs of your research staff, allowing you to deliver efficiencies without impacting the rest of the business. Okay. So, we'll have to get some points here to be able to do owner training. What's going on with fan rating?
Your team standing on the grid is measured in 2 ways: fan rating and sentiment. Fan rating is a measure of your team's prestige and history in the sport and can be increased by completing accolades.
Okay.
Whereas sentiment is more dynamic, a measure of your recent performance both within the current season and looking back to previous seasons. As your fan rating increases, you will earn not only a one-off award for each fan rating level, but also ongoing bonuses that benefit the team. Positive sentiment can unlock more bonuses relative to your fan rating, whereas negative sentiment can temporarily disable bonuses you've earned until your sentiment improves. The combination of fan rating and sentiment will affect many aspects of your career, so keep tabs on them at all times.
Alright, so we can kind of see some of these fan rating from team stats plus 5%. I guess we have to make all these happen before we get to level 2, and then we get $100,000 if we do that. So next one, owner XP plus 10%. Alright, so some of these save with costs and different things. So let's compare our fan rating. So we're at 1, and I can't scroll or anything, so I guess this is all the teams, so it makes sense. There's 11 of us. Alright. And just above us is Sauber and Haas. There are 2. So we're starting here at the bottom. It looks like some orange or reddish ones. They're going down, and green are going up. So that's pretty interesting. Alright. So let's take a look at performance here.
Accolades are milestones, representing your team's growing history and prestige within the sport. By completing these accolades, you will improve your team's fan rating, which unlocks various bonuses and also affects how the drivers view your team and its prospects.
Okay, that's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. So tier 1, passive sponsor income, 90 million. Okay, so we're at 0 of 90. We're at tier 1. Okay. Tier 1, we have 330 out of 420 employees. Our workforce. So if we get 50 constructor points, if we finish top 3 or have top 3 constructor finishes in a year and complete a year. Okay. We have no team rivalry. Well, we haven't really done anything. Nobody really knows about us yet. And team stats. So we have no podiums, no wins, no fastest laps, no top 10s, no race finishes, no pole position, no top 10 qualifying yet. So it'll be interesting to come back here to look at some stuff from time to time. So currently the season hasn't started. So there's our drivers listed at the very bottom. And it'll be interesting to see this as we go along, and if we are able to fortunately get any trophies, which I kind of doubt in our first season. Okay, next here we got engineering. So and then we got personnel, and then we got corporate. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, I think that's what all these are, right? So let's go over here to the research panel, and sliding scale modifier, 115%. So right now we're at the bottom. Looks like everybody's is ahead of us so far. As far as aero, I guess it doesn't change for each one, right? Alright, so we start out with some pretty good durability. And in progress, I went ahead and started this. So Sunday, March 2nd, we're going to have some floor stiffening, so to improve our aerodynamics. So let's look at doing something else here, maybe with the chassis. So the plank, floor stiffening position, both are 440 points. We have 560. So not very much there. So yeah, let's do this. I know it's going to take quite a few points, so that'd be March 2nd as well. Alright, so now we're down to 120 points. Powertrain, looks like we're not going to have enough to do anything here. And durability, nothing here. Alright. So we got two things in process. One is floor stiffening stays, and one is plank. So a minor rear downforce improvement and a minor weight distribution improvement there. So we've got two things going. I feel like it's a good way to start off. I don't know where we're supposed to be at this stage, but all we gotta do is just try. So alright, so development, I guess your research parts will appear here once complete. So we can only do like one in progress for each thing until we improve our facility. Alright, I think I've already assigned upgrades to the car. This is, yeah, there's no parts developed yet to assign. So each of them have 4 parts equipped right now. Alright, let's look at the progress history. We're just starting out, so I don't really expect anything to be going on here. Where's our name at? I don't see Multipro, but I see Colapinto and Correa. I guess Colapinto's there at the bottom, and Correa, I don't know where Correa is. Maybe he's not even on the thing. So component management. Alright, so we have to replace things and make more things as time goes on. Sure, this costs either points or money to make these things happen. So right now Colapinto is on his first of everything, so is Correa. I don't know how those are some weird sounds. So it shows how many upgrades there's fitted. So 3 of 9 for everything. So alright. So we'll learn about what percentages I guess we can hit before we have to change something versus the expected lifespan. So it looks like it's supposed to last 269 laps. I don't know why these say expected lifespan 0. That's not good. So what do we do? Give Colapinto the good stuff? I'm not sure what's going on there. Alright, let's look at facility improvements. Alright, so we got engineering, personal, and corporate. Let's back up, just make sure we understand. Yeah, we're still in engineering here. Okay. But this still goes into 3 categories. Okay. It's kind of weird how the directories and subdirectories work. So let's take a look at how much some of this costs. We're in the hundreds of thousands of dollars here to do these things. So looks like the cheapest is around 700,000, but there's not a big spread. 700 to 805. So that's not a huge difference. Some of these take quite a while. We have 21 days till the next race, so any one of these looks like they could be applied by then. So these are some big dollars here, between 700 to 805. Percentage-wise, not a big difference. So, but dollar-wise, they're pretty big. So let's do this one.
Okay, I'll book in a meeting with the contractors and we'll get that started.
Great, thank you. So we did one there for engineering. That took quite a bit of money. Here's some, we're in the millions here. So 1.5 is the biggest one, and 1 is the smallest. So that's a 50% difference. That's pretty big. So let's go with the smaller one here. So if we upgrade the internet, increase morale in engineering departments each time you complete a facility improvement. Okay. New software and content team to keep staff apprised on ongoing and upcoming improvements. So increases workforce by 9. Okay, this takes 3 weeks to do, so let's do this one. That's a pretty big one. $1 million we just spent there. Oh, this one's even more. Alright. So we got 1.4 to 2.1. That's a 50% difference. So let's receive $20,000 each time one or both of your drivers scores a point in a race. That probably won't happen very much here in the beginning, so let's look at something else. Increase the chance of signing a new secondary sponsor via sponsored discovery activity by 10%. Yeah, let's try something like that. That's going to be $1.5 million. That's a big chunk of money. So we'll do that. Alright, so we spent quite a bit of money there. Let's keep moving. Alright, we got personnel, drivers, what's going on here?
This is where we manage our discussions with drivers, both our drivers and other drivers we might be interested in signing in the future. These slots are for our current drivers. We're obviously much closer to these two than anyone else, but it's still an important job each year, figuring out what's important to them and where their long-term aspirations lie. But we also have to be prepared for the future. If we lose one of our drivers, or if we feel we have a better prospect, it's important to have done the groundwork to allow us to negotiate with a new driver.
Okay.
Or more than one. Just be cautious. The more drivers we engage with, the more likely it is that our current drivers will get wind of it. And that can very much affect how they feel about us, and about their future in our team.
Okay. Makes sense. So the contract window opens in 194 days. While the contract window is closed, your priorities should be approaching drivers you're interested in working with next season and progressing talks with drivers in order to be able to offer them a contract later when the window opens. So let's click here on...
you can review the progress of negotiations with a specific driver. This is a summary of the current status. Over time, we in the personnel department will progress talks with this driver. The more progress we make, the more we'll find out about both their expectations of our team and of the kind of contract they'd consider. At key points of this process, face-to-face meetings with the driver are critical to unlock further insights and to build a rapport with them. Ultimately, this will allow us to negotiate better terms if we decide to move to contract. For now, the contract window is closed, so let's just focus on doing the groundwork to sound out some likely candidates.
Okay. So we're in early talks with Franco, and we are working towards having an initial face-to-face meeting. Talks have not progressed yet enough for us to negotiate any reduction to Franco's signing bonus. Well, I don't think he'd want a reduction anyways. Talks have not yet progressed far enough for us to make Franco a formal offer. Okay. And probably the same thing with Juan. Yeah. Alright. And there's a driver market, a driver lineup. Yeah. So we're paying 5 million and 1.77 million. Whoa, some of these people make some big money. Interesting. So current contract, no penalty, signing bonus, annual salary. Okay, 7.5 million, 2.5 million. Perception is probably not great there for Franco, but it's about the same word for Juan. Perception breakdown, contract they're happy with. Team level not happy for Franco, but Juan is happy. Makes sense because they're different level skill sets, right? Fan sentiments same, they're good there. Borderline not good, and owner choices. Okay, they're a little bit on the good side. So we haven't really made any choices yet, so I don't know what's going on there. Alright, so let's take a look here. So a 77 is unhappy and a 63 is happy with the team currently. Alright. Well, let's see how things go for a little while. So some of these are free agents. And we'll see how our two drivers feel about stuff and how they do before we do any external talks. Let's take a look at the workforce.
Each of your facilities has a number of staff members. The more staff you have in a facility, the more productive it will be, but the more it will cost to run it. Facilities automatically recruit staff over time up to the current cap. But if you want to limit expenditure, you can reduce that cap. Be aware, reducing the cap to below your current workforce will cause the excess staff to be made redundant. And even if you raise the cap later, it will take time to rehire those roles and get back to the previous staff levels. Beyond that, making a lot of staff redundant in a short space of time can have a chilling effect upon both morale of the remaining staff and hiring rate.
I've lived that personally. Yeah, it can be crazy. Alright, so we don't want to reduce, I don't think. Right now we're maxed out 160 of 160, 110 of 110, and 60 of 60. So I don't see any point. And so that's going to cost us $287,000 outgoing and 3.21 million income. So seems to be okay for me. Facility improvement times minus 1%. Okay. 0%, 0%, 113 resource points. Okay. I assume we don't want to change anything there. We don't want to decrease. Let's take a look at facility improvements. Alright, we've already started something. Okay, so I guess we've already done that. Alright, let's take a look at title sponsor. We have Saren. So I signed this, I think, offline. Y'all didn't see this last time. So we signed Saren here as our primary sponsor. And they gave us a $7.95 million sign-on bonus. They're going to pay us $465,000 a week. And at the end of the season, if we're able to get 5 constructors points in one whole season, then they're going to give us $4.4 million. All right. Finances. Let's see what's going on here. We got to make sure we do a good job of finances, because if you don't have good finances, nothing happens. Or bad things happen, I should say, not necessarily nothing. Alright, so weekly, nothing's really changing here. So $7.92 million weekly, season 1. That's in the plus. Oh, that's how much our team costs. Alright, so total sponsors are going to give us 7.95 million. Other sources 7.5 million. Mercedes power unit deal that takes 2.8 million and 1.4 million dollars for driver signing bonuses and 3.33 from other sources. Okay, let's see. What was that? Corporate weekly income. Okay, nothing's going on yet. No transactions there. Finance history. Nothing going on here. And cost cap. Looks like you can't go over $135 million. All right. What kind of customization do we got here? Okay, so I think we already customized this at the very beginning. We don't have to change that. Facility improvements, we've already selected the outreach group. So it's going to add 4 to our workforce. That'll be in 29 days. All right. So I think, yeah, we went through that. And we went through that. Okay. So we went through all these menus now. So what we're going to do now is click the advance and see what happens.
So, we're gonna need to open talks with drivers for next season. They could be ours, or are currently driving for other teams. You should head to the driver comms page to see who you want to consider.
Alright, so oops. Looks like we need to talk to some drivers. So with the current season underway, we should start thinking about our lineup for next year's championship. If we want to explore different driver options in the future, we need to start building those relationships as early as we can. Okay. So talks are in progress here, and talks are in progress there. So Juan Manuel is a little bit happy, and Franco is a little unhappy. Okay, and I think if somebody's 63 happy and 77 unhappy, maybe we should get someone in between that might be happy with us to replace Franco. So I don't know if maybe a 74 might be happy if one of these are not. So let's compare these two. Yeah. Okay, so not a huge difference, but $1 million less money. Yeah, let's consider Oliver. He's a little bit cheaper than Gabriel, and overalls are about the same. Yeah. Racecraft is the biggest difference there. And here the biggest difference is awareness, I think. So we'll start talks with Oliver, and if things happen to somehow go very, very well, then what we can do is even go with a better driver. But this may even just replace the not as good driver potentially. So we'll just do this one here.
I've reached out with a very early preliminary inquiry to their side. I'll let you know how it goes. Hard to get a read on it at the moment. These things are always fluid and move quickly, but if they're interested in us, I'm sure things will move a bit quicker.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just see. And if things go super well, we may talk to someone that's really great. I don't know. Or we may want to stick with these two guys, or they may want to stick with us or may not. We'll see what happens. All right. So we advanced one round, and seeing a mail or something, piece of mail, a message. No, nothing new. Okay, I don't know. Oh, it's just level 1. It's just got a little symbol there behind the envelope. So, okay. Let's keep advancing here through the calendar. We've made it to February 24th. It's going into March here. Alright, we're back up to 8 figures.
Hey, Chief. Just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.
Okay. Research. Let's take a look here. I thought, oh, okay. So maybe that's already done, but I don't know if we have, yeah, we have some more coins now. Let's take a look here at the powertrain. That's too expensive. Yeah, I don't think we can afford anything there. Let's take a look at durability, 440. Yeah, I mean, it's too many points. We need more points. Is there anything lesser points here? Okay, so that research completed. 440 there. Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to... oh, that's completed also. Great. Yeah, we don't have enough points yet to do any more research. Sorry, bro. So nothing's in progress now. We need some more points somehow. So let's look at trying to get some more points in the future. And I don't know why this has exclamation
The research
point.
group have delivered us a design, but we need to actually build the thing if it's going to be of any use. And for that, we have the development group. This is where we turn the engineer's dreams into reality. Here's the upgrade we've researched. Select it to start development.
Okay, great. So what do we do? Select.
So it's up to you whether to kick this development off now or not. But when you do, you'll want to consider how you want to develop it. Certain options won't be available until you've invested a bit more into improving this facility. But the important thing to think about is that you need to develop 2 copies of the part, one for each of your driver's cars. If you only have a single part when you get to a Grand Prix, you'll need to visit the Assign Upgrades area to decide which driver's car to prioritize.
Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, we can't do dual. So let's, I guess, do this. It's going to cost 110,000. And standard, we can't do rushed. Okay. And take a look here at chassis. Yeah, let's do the same here. And 12 days. Okay. So that's good. Alright. So we had received a notification on that one. There was something was mentioned to me earlier, but I don't remember what it was now. So next is time to see the team and driver lineup for the new season grid reveal. It's time to take the annual grid photo. Let's go and represent the team. Okay. Pretty looking cars there. Whoa, Yuki's so big. Yuki Tsunoda. What happened? It grew like half a foot. Looking pretty good, guys. So that Saren sponsor. Yeah, we're at the back left. Well, that was nice. So we kind of left and maybe we're coming back now. All right, so let's, I guess, push through until we get to the Grand Prix. So a lot of stuff going on there.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Okay. So let's take a look. Activity is not available now. So let's go over here, see what's going on. We had a message. So we had a message. I don't see any messages. Okay, I thought we had a message. Research. Aero breakthrough. Level 1. That sounds so bold. Okay. Let's take a look here. So morale's high amongst all 4 groups. Got nothing in process yet, and we're still last on the grid. Okay. Oh, we got some more points to play with now. So yeah, let's take a look here at the research. And let's take a look at powertrain. Let's do this, 440 there. Yep. Okay. Oh, close, we don't want to cancel it. Alright, and then durability. Let's take a look here. Spend some coins there. Alright, great. So we've done that. Development. 4 days remain there. 4 days remain there. Okay. And then no upgrades assigned at this time. Progress history. We're still at the bottom. Component management. We haven't used anything yet. Okay. Facility improvements. Okay. So we reached level 1 of 4 there. Let's see. So we got what, $14 million to work with here. So we improved the computer systems. So increasing the size of your aero department allows your researchers to tackle multiple research projects in parallel. Well, we don't have enough coins yet to really handle that. Focus on the infrastructure required to unlock new avenues. Okay. Durability, research, breakthrough, expansion. Okay. So I think what we did last time was we improved the intranet. So Let's look at what we completed. So aero breakthrough is what we did. Okay, level 1 of 4. Okay, so that was maybe this one, I don't know. Okay, so we did aero breakthrough. That's not showing now. So now it's just expansion, chassis breakthrough. Okay. Durability. Okay, so since we did aero breakthrough, let's do chassis breakthrough. Okay. Personnel. What did we complete so far? Oh, this was the intranet. Okay. So we did that. Increase the amount of owner XP received from actions taken by personnel or in personnel by 10%. Yeah, we can do this probably at the beginning to kind of. Alright, so this one's still in progress. Still got 7 days left. But I guess we can assign something else for later, just because nothing's completed yet, right? Okay. So this is, we got $12 million. Yeah, we probably won't score any points. That's why we decided not to do that last time. Okay, let's try this. Oh, won't let us do anything while we're doing that one. I guess we can't add it to the queue. Personnel. Upgraded intranet. That's pretty cool. And okay. What's going on here with the facility? That's still going on. Okay, that's corporate. Alright, I think we went through these 4 things. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we'll pause here. Should we do? Yeah, we'll pause here because we've already got quite a long video length for y'all to enjoy. So we'll pause here, and then what we'll do is we'll go into the race weekend next time. So I'll see you all then.